So where do you get grants for a small business startup? So I want to talk about that today. So if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Mastock. I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. So you might be thinking about where to actually get grants for your small business or your startup. And you're thinking about how can I actually get an inflow of money into my company. And I've said this before in terms of financing, is think about, instead of getting money for your company, think about ways that you could do it in a smaller scale, and you don't necessarily need that money. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to get that money, and you're going to go through all of this work. You're going to apply it, all this kind of stuff. And A, you're probably not going to get that money. And B, maybe you do get that money. Well, then the grant itself is often not grants. They're usually some sort of loan that you have to pay back eventually. And then from that, it doesn't work out. So your chance of getting something to work out in business is actually really low, and it's hard to find things. And usually the things that are really simple are the things that are really successful, but we don't need grants for those things that are really, really simple, right? Like cutting grass. Why would you need a grant to actually do that? You're looking for something that's really different, really big, but instead of the sort of big and different thing, that's really, really risky. I want you to think about, how can I get this thing to work in the near term? If you're thinking about small business or startups at this moment, think about how you can really get this to work today and figure out how to do a very simple version of what you're doing. So you might be thinking of, I'm going to create this sort of software or something like that, which is what I did, right? Like it was, this is all lessons learned, by the way. The reciprocity platform, there's still not people paying money into it, and I'm trying to figure out how to get this work, and spent a great deal of money and time and effort into doing that. And it's really difficult. So not only do I teach this, and this is, an important part of what I'm, what in terms of education, but also I'm living through this, and I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Now, if I would have got a grant, I would have got this massive loan, probably $400,000, and I'd be trying to figure out how I'm going to pay this back at this point, because I'm 6 years in, I still haven't found that sort of product market fit, still not that sweet spot. So how do I get there? Well, part of getting there is just, building that audience, getting people to sort of understand what it's about, what I'm trying to do. And, I'm really trying to make our lives easier with this, and try to, especially with the sort of research community. But what if I can't get that to happen? Well, I don't want to be in that situation where I applied for a grant and I got this whole great big loan thing. First of all, wasted all this time. And then after that, you get this grant, then you got to figure out what to do with it. And then there's often strings attached to it, all this kind of stuff. And then you're owing it back. That would be in a really bad situation. Now, I am slowly, incrementally working at it to get to the point where it actually something actually happens. Maybe I never get there. Well, then it's just this journey of learning how to actually get there. And, it's a learning experience compared to if you actually get that grant and you go through this. You're financially very, you're $100,000 in debt. You're in a very desperate situation. That's very different. And then it's not just a learning experience. That is a real life situation for you. And you might have to go into bankruptcy. So instead of this, go and think about how to incrementally build on what you got, and look to see where you're looking around right now, and you're looking to see what is a profitable opportunity. Well, you might identify 10 different profitable opportunities, and they all are plausible things. Go and just sample it, try it, see what happens. You might find out that none of them work, and it's going to be something that's different. And so you got to navigate and sort of try to find what's going on. The audience, the people that you're talking to, the consumers, whatever you want to call them, they kind of don't know either, and you're trying to grapple with trying to figure out, what does that mean? And so don't rush it, is where I'm getting to. Don't think about that you need to get some sort of grant today and it's going to revolutionize things. That's you gotta slow down and be a lot more patient and think about, how can I take a next step? One more step that gets just incrementally a little better each time. Every once in a while, you're gonna get something that's really breakthrough. But at that point, you're going to have this product market fit. And then if things are really growing and it's profitable and you're making money, maybe then at that point you can consider getting a grant to sort of throw money at the fire, or throw gasoline on the fire, but not until then. It's not going to work out in your favor. It's just going to be very difficult to make it work if you haven't figured out what's actually working at this moment. So don't ever use grant money to figure out how to get to someplace. Figure it out first, make sure it's like really profitable and it's doing really well, and then after you might get external funding. I think that's really, really important to think about. It's going to slow it down. You got to do a lot of problem solving, and it's going to be grinding it out. It's going to be really difficult, but you're going to save yourself a world of hurt in the long run. All right, take care, and good luck with it all. Take care and have a wonderful day. I know it's hard, by the way. I know it's hard, but just go step by step by step, and you'll get there. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.